Hi everyone, welcome to Fully Cichlid. This is episode 2, and today I'm going to be talking about mixing Mbunas, Peacocks, and Haps in the same tank. I just started this tank a couple weeks ago. This is a 190 gallon or 704 liter tank. It's 4 foot wide by 2.5 feet high and 2.5 feet deep. I've been keeping cichlids for about 12 years, maybe 13 years now, and some of the fish in here are, one of the fish I have is 10 years old. And I've always kept Mbunas, Haps, and Peacocks together, and I'll explain how I came to that decision and how I do it successfully. One of the things I do is I keep a lot of fish in the tank. It's getting a little late, so they're all looking for a place to sleep. The lights are just starting to go into sunset mode, so in an hour the lights will be down to moonlight, and they'll all be in their little nooks and crannies that know the system. The amount of fish in here is probably around 50 or 60 at the moment. I'm planning on getting up to around anywhere between 70 and 90. In the previous tank it was a 200 liter. Majority of these fish were in that tank, but I have added about 20 fish since moving them to this tank a couple weeks ago. That's one thing, is to keep a high population of fish to keep them from going after each other or picking on one particular fish. And the other thing is I've got a good mixture of rock hiding places for the Mbunas and the rock dwellers, and open water for the Haps and Peacocks. Although the Haps and Peacocks do like to get down into the rocks. On the right hand side of the tank you can see that I've got some space in between them so they can burrow down in there. You can see an electric blue, he likes getting down into the rocks a bit as well. Occasionally you'll see them go into the rock pile, but not very often. However, the Mbunas, they thrive on this. I've got 8 pieces of PVC tubing that are end capped inside that rock pile right there on the left. If you look here closely, you can see the opening to one of them, and there's who's in there? Looks like I've got a cobalt blue in there at the moment, inhabiting that tube. And if you look in the back there, you can see another tube, the end cap of it. All of them are facing in different directions, and none of them are readily visible. There are, let's see, yeah, it's hard to see. They're all accessible. The fish can get into every single one of them. I carefully stacked this rock pile just for that purpose. A lot of different fish in this tank. As far as my Haps, I've got this big blue Fusco back there. He's about a year old. He's about 8 inches. He'll probably get anywhere from 10 to 12 inches. Let's see, where'd he go? There he is. No. There we go. Sorry about that. There's my Fusco. Right next to him is my electric blue. He's about 6 inches. I have a red empress. And my peacocks. I've got a... somewhere in here we're looking for my Venustus. I've got a female... Oh, there she is. Female Venustus, who is about 7 to 8 inches right now. I've got 2 small Venustus in here. There's one of them. They could be male or female. I'm not really sure yet. They haven't grown big enough yet for me to be able to tell. I have 2 blue dolphins. One that I believe, I got them at the same time when they were the same size, but one's grown big. I believe that's the male, and the smaller one there I believe is the female. At least I'm hoping. I have a peach and apricot peacock. There's my peach. And where's the apricot? He's hiding in the rocks at the moment. It looks like he likes to get down into the rocks. A couple of 7-bar frontoses. There's one of the frontoses now. There we go. Young frontoses. They aren't showing any of the head bulge yet. And I've got a couple of female electric blues in there, and some other female peacocks of assortments. I'm not sure what all of these females are. I can't remember the name of that fish there. I believe it's a female. And then getting into the Mbunas. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I've got another yellow peacock in here. There we go. He's a bit drab since I moved him into this tank. He was a lot better colored before. Mbunas, I've got a ton of electric yellows. About 12 of them in there for a splash of color. I've got the cobalt blue zebras, and I've got a little baby cobalt blue zebra that's one of the spawn of those. Hongi, very nice color on those Hongis. They got a beautiful purple with a very bright orange fin. That one's the dominant one. He's a lot more colored up. White Calvi. And I've also got a gold alto compressicept back there. There he is. Two of those, two of the white Calvies as well. Let's see. Got some Tropheus Du Bois, two of those. There we go. He's not bad. He's almost full grown, not quite. Probably got another inch to go. And another smaller one over here. There's another Du Bois. I've got some Tropheus Melosi in here. They like to hide in the rocks. They come out, they see me, they'll come poke their heads out of the rocks, but I don't see any of them at the moment. There's two of those in there. A female Seleuci, and there's a male running around in here as well. That's a new addition, the Seleucis. A female Kenyi, and there's a yellow male Kenyi in here as well. Not sure where he's at the moment. Oh, there's the male, the female and the male Seleuci. There's the male Seleuci and the female Seleuci. Oops, there we go. Those are pretty nice fish. The Kenyis are very aggressive from what I hear, but I think I'm going to have the tank overpopulated enough that it's not going to be an issue. Red zebras, two of those. Those are fairly young as well. I think that's about it. I've got a female hat back here. I'm not sure what she is, to be honest. She's a very nice green, got a bit of turquoise in her. She's not in the light at the moment. She's kind of hanging around at the top. And a white Ollie, white knight. I don't think it's albino because it doesn't have a pink eye. They call him albino Ollie, but I think it's just a white knight, white Ollie. It's got translucent color in the scales that turns blue under light, but it's a white, basically a white fish. Very pretty fish. Trying to think if I've missed anything. Oh, my Johanni, Melanochromis Johanni, and I've got two Melanochromis auratus. There's one of the auratus there. They are the most aggressive fish I've ever had, I'd say. The Johanni had another male just like him in there, and just before I moved into this tank, he stressed and killed the other male. I tried to get him out, but I didn't get him out in time, and I put him in this tank first by himself, and he died before I was able to put the other fish in. And that's a lesson learned. I won't be putting any more Johannis in, that's for sure. He's a beautiful fish. He does like to chase everybody in the tank. He's definitely the most aggressive fish in the tank. I don't know that he's the most dominant, because some of the fish just don't move when he goes at them, and they're bigger than him, but they just kind of ignore him. But he won't hesitate to go after anybody in that tank. Usually when I walk up, he gets, even when he knows I'm there, he does it even more. And let's see, yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, I've got two Lulupe, two little Lulupe. You can just barely see one of them back in the rocks there, hiding. They're sticking its little nose out. Those are really cool little fish. They don't come out, they don't stick their nose out. Oh, there he is. Good. There's two of those. They're young. They'll get up to 4 or 5 inches probably. Very nice shape, very nice orange tangerine color. Very much like the rocks. And I'm not afraid to you know, these fish hide in the rocks, that's fine. I know sometimes I won't see one fish for a week, but that doesn't bother me. I don't mind that a bit. I like keeping them happy, and they're not dying. I've got two FX6 fluval FX6 filters on this tank, so even though I'm going to do have and will have a high bio load, especially as some of these fish get bigger, I've got plenty of filtration on it. I've also got an Eheim 350 Classic, and that's to run my UV sterilizer so the tank will stay nice and healthy. I know there's some algae, these rocks, some of these Texas Holy Rocks, since I moved to the new tank, are brand new. The ones that have more algae on them are older from the old tank, and I've got a couple of lava stones in there as well to offset the colors. So and I've got a background that I had put in the tank as well. You can see the returns. There's one return and the other return for the FX6, plus I've got a 4,500 liter per hour power head, and basically those are all keeping my fish and tank very clean and very bacteria free. There is a small filter running the UV sterilizer. It's a 41 or 38 or 41 watt sterilizer. I do have a bit of algae growing, but actually I like that because the Mbunas pick at it and graze on the algae, and they pick at the rocks, and they're fun to watch. And I'm not getting any algae growth on the glass to speak of. I've scraped a bit off here and there, and I've got a little magnetic scraper, the tons, and here it is right here, and that does the trick. And I just keep it right there on the side of the tank, out of the way, and when I need it, I float it around and clean the glass. So that's my African cichlids, my Haps, Peacocks, and Mbunas. I hope you all enjoyed seeing that. I'm going to be doing another video later on my lighting system, which is a max spec 300 watt 10,000K lighting system, and you can see it's going dimmer and dimmer as I speak because I'm into sunset mode now. The fish are all calm and ready to go to sleep. They're very happy in here. I will also be doing more detailed video on my filtration with my fluval FX6s and my Eheim 350. I'll go into a little bit about my sterilizer and how and why I use that. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing my African cichlids. Oh, I forgot, before I go, I've got one non-African in there. I've got a silver scat, which is native to northern Australia. It's a semi-saltwater fish, perfect conditions with the pH level and everything in here, and it's a fish I like, and it's the only Australian native I have in the tank, and he gets along fine with the other fish, and my wife's a big fan, so for now I'm keeping him in there, and we'll see how it goes. He's been in there for a year and a half, never had any problems. You can see his fins are all in good shape. Nobody picks on him. He's pretty happy in there. He's always running around. He's always scraping algae off the glass with that little mouth. And normally I wouldn't put a fish like that in with my cichlids, but I haven't had any issues, so I'm going to keep him in there for now. All right. Well, thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know. Let me know if you liked it or not. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later.